Hi, this is Heather Clifford with eXp Realty in beautiful Comox Valley and the lovely Campbell River areas with your real estate market update for mid-March 2023. Now we're just about a week into our daylight savings time, as well as a week away from spring. And with that comes a little bit of a shift in our market. I started feeling it about 2 weeks ago. I could tell that we were getting busier, more listings, more active showings on listings, as well as more offers being written. And we'll see that as we go through the presentation that I've put together for you today. I want to give a special shout out to the people that have reached out to me regarding my market updates and say thank you very much. I do appreciate your feedback, and by all means, I am approachable if you want to talk about your particular real estate here in either Campbell River or the Comox Valley area. So let's get started because I've put a presentation together for you again today. Okay, here we are, March 2023. At the end of my presentation today, I'm going to do a little shout out to locals at the Old House and some upcoming long table dinners that they're putting on. The most recent media release from the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board, and in particular our chair of 2023, Kelly O'Dwyer, starts off by saying the market picking up steam as we head towards the spring. Now, technically, I know for myself in 30 plus years in real estate, in the spring, the market picks up. This is true. However, we had some strange happenings in the real estate market for the last 2.5 years, but that is kind of settled down now. So what they're saying is the higher sales seen in February are no real surprise, as the housing market typically begins to pick up steam as we head towards spring. We're still seeing some multiple offers on well-priced properties, but the market is more price sensitive than we've seen in some time. Buyers are savvy and unwilling to stretch their budget by more than they can comfortably afford. Now, I have to stop there and say, I'm working with a lot of buyers right now, and my buyers are not unwilling to stretch their budget. What the problem seems to be is that lending institutions, mortgage brokers, or the banks are the ones that are not willing to stretch the budget. So that could be a good thing, as we can see a lot of people having those open interest rates and rates going up 7 times in the last year. That has really caused a problem in the marketplace. But buyers are out there. There are buyers coming from everywhere. And it seems that Vancouver Island has not lost its shine to people wanting to live here. So inventory continues to post gains, but it's still well below a balanced market. And that's because previous years, go back 5-6 years ago, we always had a lot more product on the market. Homes took 60 to 90 days to sell, if not longer. And we're just so used to the real estate market that we had the last couple of years that homes weren't taking, 30 days to sell. And they have been for the last 6 to 8 months. We have gone through a slower period. And now it seems like the market has begun a shift. So in the headlines, I always do a little bit of a Google search to see what is standing out. And to be honest with you, there really wasn't a lot of shocking headlines. It said BC's real estate market is showing signs of recovery from the slump. And that comes from our association, but it was written by CBC News. Now, it also says that lower interest rates in 2023 could revitalize Canada's housing market before the end of the year. That's Global News on the Money Talk. The revised market outlook points to possible drop in the Bank of Canada's benchmark interest rates as a driving force for the housing sectors. Now, that is very true that all of these things are what encourages a busier market. But I have some more slides in some of the research that I've done that points that not all markets are created equally. So here we have Brendan Ognemanson. He's the chief economist for the British Columbia Real Estate Association. And we can see our dip that happened about 16.5% down as average MLS. So it says, while average prices have now flattened out in many markets over the past few months. So that means that the price of homes has stopped coming down. It has balanced out, flattened out. You know, you could have your house on the market overpriced. We're not talking about homes of that nature. We're just talking about the average home on the market right now and the time that it's taking to sell and the price that it is selling for. I found the slide below rather interesting when it went from the different board areas. I prefer to look at my statistics this way. Greater Vancouver is not our market, Fraser Valley not our market, Chilliwack not our market, and not even Victoria. But the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board, it goes from Duncan all the way down past Campbell River, including Port Alberni. And then we take those numbers and we even make them even smaller for our own communities. And that's where I found some interesting facts. So for Vancouver Island, it says that year over year, we're actually only down about 7%. Or 6.9%. And if you look at all of the other markets outside of Powell River, we actually maintained our values for our homes a lot more than other markets did. So I find these statistics interesting because as we listen to the news, it tends to blanket entire areas or entire markets or all of British Columbia for that matter. And in fact, what you'll see in the slides that I'm going to share with you ahead is in particular to the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board, there are two communities where prices no longer went down, but they actually went in the other direction. So here we have our Vancouver Island Real Estate Board market highlight, and this is the benchmark price. And pretty much it decreased about $3,000 in all communities except for two. And right now we are sitting at $732,500, encompassing the entire Vancouver Island Real Estate Board. And I'm giving a market update for Comox Valley and Campbell River. But these numbers, they're going to encompass all the markets that the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board covers. And remember, they do not include land, acreage, or waterfront properties. So this is what I wanted to point out, which I found quite interesting. So prices continued to slowly come down. And I'm talking, there was a variance in these markets between January to February, because we don't have March numbers out yet, right? Because we're only in mid-March. So we have numbers out for sales up until the end of February. So for the month of February, all markets except for two, the prices went down again, anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000, except for the Comox Valley and Campbell River areas. And we actually went up approximately $5,000. So you can see that we did trend down November, December, January. We were going downwards, and then the market balanced off. And in these two markets only, Campbell River and the Comox Valley, our prices have started to move up again. Now, that's not in all product, because there is one particular product where the prices have still continued to go down, and we'll cover that as well. So who's our buyer and who's our seller? I know for myself, I'm working on quite a few estate sales right now. I'm also working on some listings where the sellers are going to move on to a different area. And who are our buyers? I just have an accepted offer right now on a house in Campbell River, and the buyers are coming from Saskatoon. So we have buyers coming for all different kinds of reasons. But number one reason is people continue to want to move to our area of the island. Comox Valley and Campbell River are really popular areas. And of course, we just made it, Vancouver Island, onto the top 25 places to see in the world. And that's pretty impressive. Here we can take a quick snapshot that I do every month, and I look at what's happening week over week. Now look at the listings coming on the market now that we're into March. The weather's better, people are feeling good, the bank never increased its interest rate, so now people are feeling more confident and they want to get on with life, and people are putting their homes on the market, and deals are still being written. You can see the pending sales are higher than they were last month. The price decreases are relatively the same, and the solds are much more in this last week of looking at sales. And this covers off both Comox Valley and the Campbell River area. I'm wondering what you think spring is going to bring in the real estate market. I personally know a lot of people that are thinking about putting their homes on the market, and that's going to help increase our inventory. So we'll see next month in early April, when I do the market update, how our week over week looks from March to April. So here we are looking, and I included this time on the single family benchmark because I wanted you to see Campbell River, Comox Valley, Cowichan Valley, Nanaimo, Parksville, and Port Alberni. So Port Alberni went down a couple of $1,000s over last month. We have Parksville, which also went down about $8,000 over last month. We have Nanaimo that has gone down over last month about $5,000. Cowichan Valley gone down again about $5,000. And then we have the Comox Valley. And the Comox Valley actually went up $5,000. And Campbell River has exactly the same story. So only these two markets have the prices stabilized and actually gone the other way. Now, the condo market is not the same story. You can see in Campbell River that the condo market has decreased again about $9,000. And the Comox Valley condo market, same thing, about $9,000, $10,000. So the condo market still has not fully recovered at this point. And then we have our townhouse market. And here's another really interesting story. Look how much the townhouse market went up over last month. That's $12,000. That's the biggest gain. So much more affordable housing when it comes to the townhouses. We have a lot of new product on the market as well, townhouses and duplexes, especially in the Campbell River areas. And then we look at the Comox Valley. They also saw about a $13,000 increase. So those are some pretty big jumps, and they seem to be neck and neck, both Comox Valley and Campbell River, when it comes to price increases, and in the condo market, the price decreases. I found that really interesting. I don't know if you have a detached house, a condo, duplex, or a townhouse, but you can see that every single sector of the market is completely independent. So when the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board or when the Vancouver Real Estate Board puts out a blanket statement on housing, that is good to listen to. However, if it's affecting you personally because you are thinking of making a sale or putting your home on the market or purchasing a property, it's really good to know the fine details, such as what you're looking at right here. I would like to give a little shout out to an open house that I am having this weekend in Campbell River. And this is such a great property. It is large. It is 2,700 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. It does have, as you can see over on the right there, a separate studio with bathroom. So I will be here at Pinecrest Road in Campbell River on Saturday, this coming Saturday, from 2 to 4 p.m. So that's the 18th of March for those of you that might be watching this video next week. I have a new listing. This is an estate sale. This is down in the Royston area in Laurel Heights, and this is a fantastic home. It has really been well cared for. It's got a newer roof, newer windows, and it's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it is listed at $925,000. Very easy to show. This house has amazing views. Lots of big open ocean views right across to Comox. I have my Campbell Road 18 acres on the market for $699,000. This property is under the power lines. However, there's lots of room for all kinds of agricultural. It is not in the ALR, but you could grow lots of different fruits, vegetables. You could have animals on this property, and you can build 2 homes on this property. And pretty close to this property is this lot on Lake Trail Road. It is actually just under 10 acres for $799,900, and there are no power lines on this property. It too is relatively flat, and both these properties have been perked for septic. I also have a lovely home, a 3,700 square foot, newer build, 2014, with a separate coach house, 3,700 square foot riverfront property. This property is backing right onto the Campbell River, and it's 1.26 of an acre. And there's a little bit of items that still need to be finished in this property. It has a massive amount of storage area as well. If you have any interest in any of these properties, don't hesitate to reach out to ask me some questions. I am working for the sellers, and that's where my loyalty lies, but I could definitely refer you to an agent to show that any of these properties. This is a property that is coming on the market. We're just getting it ready to come. It is a commercial property right across from Lewis Park in downtown Courtenay, and I will give you more information on this property as soon as we get it up and on the market. The house on Pritchard. I love this home. I love this seller, and it is now gone. And Linda will be getting on with her life shortly here. I want to do my shout out in regards to locals at the old house in Courtenay, and they have started a long table dinner series. And the first one, I believe, is on Monday, March 20th. I've just bought 4 tickets, going with a couple of really good friends of mine. And I will let you know how it is, and I'll let you know if there's going to be more of these dinners, if this is something that interests you. So that is my market update for mid-March 2023. My name is Heather. If you would like any help with your real estate, or you just want to talk about where you think the value of your property is at today, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I hope that you have a wonderful spring.